All right, this is a design tips and tricks. I haven't done one in a while. I wanted to go over one that's really specific to a type of handle. This is a regular knob. Everybody sees those. You drill a hole, you stick a screw in the back of it, run the knob on, and everything's in good shape. But if you come onto a job site and you see one of these are cup handles, and you look, there's actually little bits of hardware in here that are not very familiar to most everybody. You've got these little front screws, and you've got these longer screws, and you got these little dowel holders here. So when you start looking at the placement of these, the first thing you would think is, oh, I'll just go with the regular wood screw, right? But the problem is that on handles that are getting pulled out every day, this sucker is just brass. It's going to lose, those teeth are going to lose grip real quick. So it's more complicated, but it is absolutely the best practice to take these bolts and these screw holders here and do it this way. So come over here and take a look. We determined that this has a 4-inch offset to the holes. So that's half is 2, so 4-inch center line, right? So we lay out the top to bottom and the left to right, 4 by 4 and half the top. So here you can see that that is the center line of those holes. Now this can't be drilled with a number 8 or a 3/16. These are a number 6 screw, so they have to use a number 6 drill bit, which we use as tapered number 6 to actually do that. So we actually drill out these. Then once we do that, we take a center snap. These actually are wiggly, and they actually will snap and create a punch point. And the reason I'm saying this is because if you don't take the time to get the exact dead center of each one of these holes, this thing is going to be ever so slightly rocked one way or the other, and you don't have enough room in these openings to actually adjust that. So just to keep in mind, center punch is needed. This is going to be about a 5 or 6 process thing to put these on. But so here we are, we've got the centers marked 2 inches off center. It's a 4-inch spread on those. We've center punched with this to those center pieces. Now the next operation is to drill these, like I said, with a spiral bit. But then we've got to come in here and push the actual threaded rod, the bolt, through everything to where it comes all the way through so we can set these teeth. If you just take this piece and put it in the hole and set it, it's actually going to be off center. So you have to put the bolt up through the center. Before we do that, we got to take a 3/16 drill bit and we have to countersink this hole on the inside of the drawer box, because that shaft that's in that nut right there, that shaft will not go in without a lot of beating onto it, without taking and doing a 3/16 hole on that one first to countersink the shaft of that. So here we've run the bolt through it. Here we've run the bolt through this. Let me show you here. Come over here. Now our bench, the bench I've got here, we have this little corner hole here for this type of thing, but we also have it for hanging our drills and stuff in. But you set that right over that hole like that. Get your mallet, countersink your pieces. Now they're in the dead center of that hole that you drilled the first time. They're not going to be offset above or below that. Now come back. These are actually flat screws. Now this is a real important part of this too. This screw is as much a decoration as the handle is. So when we go to put this piece in, we're going to make these screws go back in to the wood locks on the back. There we go. Put this piece on, and when we tighten these, you'll feel that there is a little bit of twist in the brass, and that's where the wood locks are into the fibers of the wood. So you have to run these down by hand. You cannot, I repeat, do not use a power drill. You will snap this brass bolt in half. It has no tensile strength at all to it, like an iron bolt, or torsional strength I should say, like an iron bolt does. And these are going to be tight like that. Just do your best to keep it from slipping off. But when you get done tightening these, you want to go to where they're level. See how it's off? Make that thing straight, okay? And these screws are as much of a look to this as the handle itself. Take a look right here behind us. This is one that's completed. So there's what that finished look is, and it has the straight screw slots on both sides, and it's dead center top to bottom, center top and bottom to top. And yes, they take about 8 to 10 minutes a piece to put on. So make sure if you've got 30 of them that you got to put on, that's an hour. I mean, there's just no way around it. It's going to take an hour to put these handles on. That's our bits and tips today, tips and design tricks. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 423-650-1051 and give us a look on the web at rightwaycab.com. Have a great day.